I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I want to give praise again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash for the elders and apostles that the Lord gave you the spirit to teach. On down. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Kol halayim, Yah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I want to talk about a little bit about association. It's relating to an article talking about James Harden. He was detained during a fashion week in Paris. Him and a little rapper named Little Rapper Baby, or let me get the right name. Yeah, rapper Little Baby. Talking about, there's a few here. James Harden stopped by police, Paris. We'll skim through it. Detained by French police, CBS, ESPN. Little Baby released after weed bust. James Harden free to go. TMZ, Daily Mail. Sports Rush. Not normal to watch 23 three-pointers played in Houston. I don't know what that is. That's something else. Shalakia. James Harden searched by Paris police during Little Baby's arrest. So it's pretty much a drug bust, you know. So this guards who you associate yourself with, man. I want to read some scriptures. I'm going to go to Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach 13. For every beast loveth his kind. Start with 15. Every beast loveth his kind. This is Sirach 13. We'll start with 15. And I'm going to read down to... I'm going to read down to 17. 13 to 15 through 17. This is Sirach 13, 15 through 17. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. So that, you know, they're going to cleave to their own kind, man. They're not pretty much going to match. A wolf is not going to hang out with a zebra. A zebra's not going to hang out with a lion. You know what I mean? They're going to cling to their own kind. For example, celebrities. Money hangs with money. What fellowship have a wolf with the lamb, so the sinner with the ungodly? What agreement is there between a hyena and a dog? There's none. Because they're totally contrary to one another. And what peace between the rich and the poor? There's none. Contrary to one another. And I'll just continue to read. As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. And as the proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor. Contrary to one another, and they dislike one another, man. You know? Let's go to, I'm not going to make this a super long video. Talk a little bit about that article, you know. It's pretty much, you gotta be careful who you associate yourself with, you know. I want to go to, let's go to Psalms. 26:4. I have not sat with vain persons, deceitful persons, neither will I go to dissemblers. And those dissemblers pretty much are pretenders, man. That regards who you associate with, your association, who you associate yourself with. Shalaki. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. And that relates to the righteous. For what fellowship have righteous with unrighteous? And what communion have light with darkness? So they both, contrary to one another, opposites on the polarity. They like negative and a positive. So the righteous are not going to hang with unrighteous, man. Because they're not of the same kind. They're not of the same like. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 15:33. First Corinthians 15:33. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners. Evil communication. Bad language. Bad company. Bad association. And they corrupt good manners. Relate to moral, upright, righteous, and manner, man. In this regards to association. Because if you hang with the wrong association, you're going to put yourself in a precarious situation, just like James Harden. You know what I mean? Hanging around with somebody that probably has a history of doing certain things that James Harden might not associate himself of doing or wouldn't be part of. You know? Because they were together. So it's caution regarding association. For example, I want to use example. If you have a celebrity, this is hypothetical. You have a celebrity that has a history of doing drugs or doing something dealing with drugs. And you have a celebrity that's more of a clean cut, straight lace, but because of their stature and their celebridom, they hang together. If something happens, the one with the one that's clean shaven, the more clean image type, if he gets caught up in that, it's gonna bad because of relating bad association, man. You know what I mean? And he might not suspect anything. You know what I mean? Just use an example. Because sometimes you can get in a situation dealing with certain type of people, unknowingly, not knowing really their history like that. You know what I mean? And you might get caught in a situation that really has nothing to do with you, but you in pretty much the wrong place, in the wrong time, with the wrong type of people, man. You know what I mean? Now, some might know it and some might not, you know what I mean? Well, whether ignorantly know it or not, you know what I mean? I'm just giving an example. But, let's get back to the scriptures. I want to go to 13 and I'm gonna read 3 through 8. The rich man have done wrong and yet threatened withal. The poor is wrong and he must entreat also. So a poor man, rich don't have to be held accountable for their actions most of the time. But a poor man that do it, they had to pay some kind of penalty or apologize or whatever the case might be. And that's what that is. Entreat means beg or beseech or plead. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. So they just use him for your purpose, man. Using you for what they need at that moment. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. So if you have substance, money, or anything that could be to their interest, they're gonna stay close to you. But their ultimate goal is exploitation, to use you, man. Exploitation and using you. And he will make thee bear, and he will not be sorry for it. So they're not going to have no remorse after they done using you. If ye have need, a good example of that would be these gold diggers, these women, man. That'd be a good example of that. If ye have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope, and he will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? And he will shame thee by his meats until he have drawn thee dry. So they're going to use you to the dry, man. And the meats relates to that substance. And at last he will laugh thee to scorn, and afterwards, and when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. Beware that thou be not deceived. So be not deceived regarding association, man. You know, you gotta be aware of who you associate yourself with, especially if you are a person of stature, money, etc., man. And even if you're not, a regular person as well. Beware that thou be not deceived and brought down to thy jollity. Jollity is pretty much celebration. And this was just something short, you know, me talking a little bit about that James Harden situation, you know, because James Harden probably a more clean cut, you know, out of, you know, not really in trouble type of, you know, celebrity, versus, you know, a lot of these rappers that are, their background is, you know, certain things, man, you know what I mean? So it's about who you associate yourself with. And foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Rakakadash, the water, for listening. Shalom.